The Stakeholder Consultative Forum was preceded by a series of engagements and outreach activities as part of efforts to regulate and modernize Quranic memorization centers known as tahfiz. The President, Gambia Supreme Islamic Council, Sir Dawda, explained that the tahfiz in the Gambia have been doing significantly well in providing Quranic education, gaining recognition at regional and global competitions. Dabo added that there are hundreds of tahfiz centers in the Gambia, accommodating over 3.5% of children within the school-going age.
According to Amana statistics, we have over 700 centers registered with Amana, with the population of 26,000 children. They are there to memorize the Quran. And that is about 3.5% of the school-going age in the Gambia. It's a big population, and then we need to help them in order to have the quality education in this sector.
There is a surge in the number of Quranic memorization centers in the Gambia known as tahfiz. The centers are, however, mainly challenged by congestion, lack of adequate water and sanitation facilities, as well as safety, emergency exits, and basic equipment. These conditions led to series of accidents such as fire outbreaks at various tahfiz. This, according to the Permanent Secretary, Office of the President, Alagie Mbye, triggered the intervention of the Office of the President.
The government of the Gambia therefore decided to intervene to provide the much needed support to these tahfiz to offer quality and relevant Quranic knowledge under a conducive environment as envisaged in the following declarations. The UNESCO World Education Forum in Dakar, Senegal in April 2000, the Sustainable Development Goals, the Continental Education Strategy for Africa, and our own National Development Plan all call for quality education for all our children.
As part of its interventions, the Office of the President formed a task force to look into the conditions affecting the safety and welfare of children attending the tahfiz. Following the completion of their inspection, the task force came up with some findings as explained by P.S. Jara.
Classrooms and dormitories were badly constructed, with some of them with no emergency exits and inadequate windows, resulting in poor ventilation, particularly in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic and other communicable diseases such as tuberculosis. Fire and safety precautions and first aid service were not in many of these tahfiz centers. There were neither first aid boxes nor knowledge of how to manage accidents and emergencies.
Members of the task force made cross-cutting presentations on the findings made during inspection visits to tahfiz centers, as well as a study tour in Senegal on the operations of daras amid efforts to modernize and regularize the tahfiz. Alagie Mbye, GRTS.